Hey, Leanne here from healthfulpursuit.com. I'm a holistic nutritionist specializing in ketogenic diets and interact with over 300,000 individuals a month, supporting them and adjusting this powerful eating style to work for their lives and their bodies. And today I'm going to be going through a bunch of pictures showing you what I eat in a week to kind of give you an idea of what my plates look like and give you more of a narrative about how I prepare it and how I save time. So stay tuned. I have a little announcement. As many of you guys know, my first paperback book is coming out April 11th, 2017. The pre-order event is still on up until April 11th, so you can head on over to ketodietbook.com to get more information about the book. You can pre-order it on Amazon, Indigo, Barnes & Noble, a bunch of different places online. And we are putting together the details of my book tour. I'm going to be touring the US and Canada with a bunch of dates coming up as we go along. So head on over to ketodietbook.com/tour. I'll include a link up here and also down below if you want to check that out. See if your city is on there and know that we are continuing to add dates. So check back often and hopefully we'll get to meet in real life because that would be so cool. I can sign your book, we can chat all things keto, we can take some selfies, it'll be great. Okay, we're gonna cut right to the chase here and go to my first favorite thing to eat for breakfast when I'm not fasting. That is a rocket fuel latte. I have so many different recipes on my blog, guys. There's probably at least 10 of them. Basically, it's a bulletproof coffee-ish with a little bit of carbs and a little bit of protein because I find that makes my body feel way better than just having fat in the morning. Helps balance out my hormones, feel great. I'll include a link in the corners or also down below this video if you want to grab a couple of recipes. Usually my go-to, and one that I have right here actually in my mug that I drink between takes, is MCT oil. I put a little bit of coconut milk in this one today. I really love adding collagen or the new vanilla collagen peptides from Vital Proteins. Those are delicious for your coffee. And then of course, decaf coffee for me personally, because I find I feel better on decaf coffee than regular coffee. It's more about the taste for me. The second thing I love to have for breakfast when I'm not intermittent fasting are these awesome smoothies. And I know when I first started eating keto, I thought that smoothies were completely off for me, that I couldn't have them ever. But really my trick to a perfect smoothie is combining coconut milk, and that can be full fat or light depending on what you have, doesn't matter. You can add fat to it if you don't have full fat. I like to add MCT oil to it. That's my go-to for my smoothies. And the trick is brewed tea. Any sort of tea that you like. I like the fruity teas. I always keep some brewed in the fridge and it's delicious. I add about half coconut milk, half brewed tea, and then blend it up with just a handful of berries. That's really all you need. My go-tos are blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, and raspberries. And that will add just a little bit of sweetness. And then I always, pretty much always, add collagen to my smoothies. And then a fiber seed like flaxseed or hemp seed or chia seed. The next is another sort of breakfast. So when I don't feel like a liquid type of breakfast and I have time to prepare a meal for myself first thing in the morning, I usually do some sort of meat, and you'll see that there's a pattern here throughout my meals. So in this picture, I have some ham in there, some little grape tomatoes, some sausages. Those are sausages that I get from a local butcher. Both of them are free of preservatives and delicious and local and great. And then you see some sauerkraut in there because I'm always sneaking in the sauerkraut. And to pump up the fat, I cooked the sausage in bacon grease, leftover bacon grease. We always have stuff in the house because Kevin eats so much bacon. And so I cooked the sausages in the bacon grease and I poured some bacon grease over that ham as well after it was done steaming. And then you can see right up in the corner a little mayo there. So I was about to plop a bunch of mayo on all of the things and eat it. Another type of breakfast that's a little bit sweeter is I like to have a little bowl of dairy-free yogurt. I got this stuff unsweetened. My favorite brand of keto dairy-free yogurt is from a company called Koyo, as well as a couple other dairy-free companies. I think the other one is Yoso. All the yos and the kos and the sos. Yoso, I think it's called. And they make an unsweetened one, which is what is in this picture. And then I put a couple of Lily's chocolate chips over it and some toasted coconut. So good. And then I have some bacon, some greens, some eggs. With the eggs, I cooked it in tallow, beef tallow, and then for the greens, I drizzled it with avocado oil and some apple cider vinegar. Pretty easy. And then there's a little sausage hiding in the corner over there, and that's just the same sausage as the last picture, cooked in bacon grease. So delicious. And you're probably like, how does she have time to make all these proteins in the morning? A good trick is that I make them all before. So all the proteins you see most of the time on my plate have been made before, either in my Instant Pot or steamed or fried or whatever, and then just put in the fridge, and then I can warm it up really quick when I'm hungry. Okay, so getting over to lunch. I actually didn't eat a lot of beef this week, so you only see a little bit of beef. Normally I eat quite a bit of beef, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling the beef this week. So on this plate, you'll see a chicken leg with some extra brown meat on the side that I ended up adding mayo to. That yogurt, again, so good. So I put that in my lunch, as well as some cinnamon on there and some toasted coconut and then raspberries. And what I did after is that I put the raspberries in the yogurt because, of course, that's way better. And then you'll see some bacon in there. What I ended up doing is wrapping up the bacon with some of that leftover dark meat and dipping it in mayo. It was really good. They were like little bacon chicken wraps. Delicious. Okay, this is the beef. The only beef I think that I ate last week. These are beef strips. They are called beef bacon. I love beef bacon because it cooks up really quick. It's like the quickest way to eat beef and it doesn't splatter everywhere. And I cooked it in some tallow to keep with the flavors and awesomeness. And then I served it up with a bunch of greens, and I tossed those greens in olive oil, apple cider vinegar, salt and pepper. And then on the side, you'll see some steamed broccoli, a little bit of carrots, like just little carrot strips, and cauliflower. And then I put a ton of Now Foods coconut oil on there. You guys know I love the Now Foods butter infused coconut oil. I put that on pretty much everything where you put butter on, just to give it that awesome buttery flavor. Another type of lunch, and you'll see a little theme here, I really like combining bacon with chicken. So this is leftover chicken mashed around with some mayonnaise, and then you'll see the bottom pink layer there, that's a bunch of bacon. And I just made those bacon bits. You just overcook the bacon, crumble it up, save the fat for all of the cooking and all of the snacks, and you're good to go. And then the base is zucchini noodles. I like to call them zoodles. With even more oil on there, I put some olive oil and I tossed it with hemp hearts. So a bunch of fats on that base. Okay, now off to dinner. And I lied, here's another beef dinner. Yay, 2 beefs in a week. Awesome. So we have shredded beef, kind of. I put a big roast in the Instant Pot. I cook it for about 2 hours, just until it is about to shred. I cook it just in water. You don't need anything fancy, just water, Instant Pot, 2 hours, just until it's about to shred. And then I put it in the fridge, and when we're ready to eat, I just kind of cut / shred pieces and chunks off and then fry them in bacon grease, and they get crispy and so good. And then I serve that up with some sauteed asparagus, which I cooked also in bacon grease, and some green pepper, and then at the bottom there, some bacon, because bacon makes everything better. So usually what I do with this sort of plate, instead of eating like one thing at a time, I kind of like mash it together, like take some asparagus, sandwich it in with some bacon, and then put some beef around that, and then put a pepper on top. I really like sandwiching things. It's like a major thing for me. Okay, another dinner here. Sauerkraut, of course, delicious, with pork. The pork was just a roast that I cooked in the oven, covered it in salt and pepper and some Italian spice without the garlic because it always hurts my stomach. And I roasted it forever, made some gravy with the drippings, which I love, and I put it on top of the pork after it had been sliced, and then I served it with a side of zoodles, which I tossed in olive oil, apple cider vinegar, salt, and pepper, and then I put some nutritional yeast on top. Last but not least, now this is the same pork that I made the day before, but I chopped it up into cubes, added that plus the gravy and some kale in a pan and sauteed it just until the pork got warm, and then put it in a bowl, sprinkled some salt on top. And there you have it. It was sort of like a gravy pork kale bowl. It was so good. So there are days where I'm able to, intermittent fast up until I have lunch or dinner, or if I feel like something, just a little bit of something, like this morning, I made a rocket fuel latte. If I feel like some sustenance, but I still want a rocket fuel latte, I'll have a smaller breakfast like what you saw previously, but I'll pair it up with a rocket fuel latte. And then I'll go sometimes all day without eating and then just have dinner, or sometimes I'll have lunch and dinner, or sometimes if I have like a rocket fuel latte and a meal, I'm usually good to just have a snack. And my favorite snack for bridging the gap is avocado with olive oil sprinkled with some salt and pepper. And these little guys, they are from Paleo Valley. They're 100% grass-fed beef sticks. They're so good. And in each stick, there's 1 billion CFUs of probiotics. And this is just even more powerful if you put a little sauerkraut with this and you like take a bite and then go into the jar and eat the sauerkraut. That's probably my favorite snack with some avocado. I've even dipped this in coconut oil and had it. They're really bendy and nice and delicious and good, and they're my favorite. And Paleo Valley, they are friends of mine. They've put together a really sweet offer for Healthful Pursuit listeners and watchers and readers. So if you go to paleovalley.com/keto, you can get 20% off. So if you're looking for more of a keto-friendly snack, there are no carbs, no gluten in this, no sugar or anything. It's fermented, it's good, makes your gut feel happy. You can head on over to paleovalley.com/keto and you get instant 20% off. Pretty sweet. So the 3 awesome things that you can do next is to commit to your ketogenic eating style and really hone in what feels good in your body by grabbing the Balanced Keto Meal Plans. It's a monthly subscription where you receive a meal plan for all the meals and snacks and ideas that surround a whole food-based approach to the ketogenic diet. I've included allergen-free alternatives, easy to prepare meals, really quick and easy snacks, and much, much more. I'll include a link up here and also down below. The second thing is that I've created a free resource for this video. As always, I'll include a link up here and also down below. Just click there, enter your information, and you'll receive the full transcript, which includes all the links and details that you just listened to in the video. And the third and final thing is that you should subscribe to my channel. I come out with videos every week like this one with more awesome things to come as we get into 2017. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.